I will.
Persona 4 Ultimax, the sequel to the fighting game in the Persona series, Persona 4 Arena, takes on the challenge of making an already good game even better. To do this, the developers have added new modes, polished the old ones, and most importantly brought on change to the character roster by including a completely new type of character and many others. Starting off with the story, Persona 4 Ultimax takes place days after Persona 4 Arena. We see the return of the Midnight Channel in an advertisement for the second round of the P1 climax. Also on the television is the Shadow operatives being crucified. This includes Mitsuru and Aegis. Back in the real world, we see the investigation team for Persona 4 try to figure out what's going on when suddenly a red fog engulfs all of Inaba, and then our adventure begins. Depending on whether you downloaded Tomodachi, the story is going to be told from either 2 to 3 perspectives, the Persona 4 cast, the Persona 3 cast, and if you downloaded Tomodachi, you're going to get his special DLC story, which tells the story from his perspective. And essentially you're seeing the same story just from different views of different groups of the games. Now aside from the story, the biggest new attraction to this game are the new characters and refinements to the old roster. The entire old roster of this game has been redefined, there's new auto combos, everyone has at least one new move, and there's just been different changes to the way characters work. For example, Kanji is just a lot stronger in this game compared to how he was in Persona 4 Arena. Along with the refinements in the original roster, we get a new roster of characters, including Rise, Junpei, Yukari, Ken, Sho, and his alter ego Minazuki, which has a persona. Sho, on the other hand, doesn't. Now diving into the unique character of Sho and Minazuki, there are two of them. There is Sho without a persona, and Minazuki with a persona. Sho without is classified as Sho and is very unique as his C and D attacks are not used to summon a persona, but instead attack like his normals, while D is a dodge move, C helps with combos as it gives fillers for more damage. What Sho lacks is a way to enter into a safely or mix up on enemies, as the cast uses personas to do so when they fight. As a result, this puts Sho in a high risk, high reward type of playstyle, while Minazuki adopts the strength and weaknesses of persona users, giving him a greater edge yet a less rewarding and risky playstyle. Sho also feels much more technical to use than the rest of the cast, as every button input comes out almost right away, cancelling each of the previous normal moves. Ultimately, it feels very good to do, but yet again feels the high risk and high reward style, as combos are easier to drop with him. In addition to the starting roster, there's also 3 DLC characters currently. You can download Marie, Tomodachi, and Margaret. The other forms of new characters are called shadow forms. Just about everyone in the roster has a shadow form except the following characters: Sho, Minazuki, Marie, Elizabeth, Adachi, Margaret, and technically Shadow Labris from Persona 4 Arena. All the returning characters from Persona 4 Arena that have shadows retain the old playstyle of Persona 4 Arena. This allows players to use old combos they had in Persona 4 Arena that the new versions of these characters can't do in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Shadow forms are really unique types of characters. For one, they lose certain abilities such as the One More feature, Burst, and Awakening. They also have less health than normal characters, but they get a lot more in return. For example, you can use Awakening Supers whenever you want as long as you have the SP for it. They also gain more SP than normal characters do. In addition to that, their SP carries over between rounds in a set of matches. When you have 100 SP and you're a Shadow, you can activate a Shadow Frenzy mode, which makes your moves faster and stronger. Along with the new characters are a lot of the returning modes from Persona 4 Arena, such as the Arcade mode and a newly redefined Score Attack mode, which is essentially the same as Persona 4 Arena, although in Persona 4 Arena, it was extremely difficult to just move on through the first couple of matches. Now you can change the difficulty setting in Persona 4 Ultimax, which makes it much more accessible to other players. There's also a new mode called Golden Arena mode, which acts very much like a JRPG and very much like the rest of the Persona series. You can level up the stats of your character by beating other characters in matches. You can still play local co-op or online with friends or via ranking, but there is a new mode called the Lobby, which acts like a virtual arcade where you have your own little 3D animated avatar, and you can go into an arcade and play with random people that come into the lobby. It's pretty cute. Overall, Persona 4 Ultimax is a fantastic game. If you're a fan of the series, you're gonna love it for the story and for the gameplay, and if you're just a fighting game fan, you're gonna love this for the gameplay. It's fantastic. I only have 2 gripes for this game, and they're pretty simple to fix. For one, fix the animation speeds between matches. I really like this game and I just want to hop into a match sometimes, but there's loading times and things like animations between a match. I'd like that to be sped up a bit so we can actually just jump in already and play. The second thing is, Alice, why the hell isn't Minato in this game? I mean, just add him as DLC. Doesn't even matter if he fits us in the story, just add him as DLC. Let me play as him, please, come on. With that said, thank you all very much for being some fantastic viewers and watching this review. Big thank you to my friend Jacoby for helping me out with this review, specifically on the fighting game mechanics of the game. And as a big shout out to him, please check out his book on Amazon. He's really into writing and he just released his first book on Amazon, so please go ahead and check it out in the link in the description below. Thank you all for being some fantastic viewers, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.